What is a thyristor? Today I, Dr. Vandana Ranga, will like to discuss this with you. The thyristor is an important power device that is designed for handling high voltages and large currents. The thyristor is mainly used for switching applications that require the device to change from an off or blocking state to an on or conducting state, or vice versa. We have considered the use of bipolar transistors in this application, in which the base current drives the transistor from cutoff to saturation for the on state and for saturation to cutoff for the off state. The operation of a thyristor is intimately related to the bipolar transistor, in which both the electrons and holes are involved on the transport process. However, the switching mechanisms in a thyristor are different from those of a bipolar transistor. Also, because of device construction, thyristors have a much wider range of current and voltage handling capabilities. Thyristors are now available with current ratings from a few milliamperes to over 5000 amperes and voltage ratings extending over 10,000 volts. We first consider the operating principles of the basic thyristors and discuss some related power and high frequency thyristors. The basic characteristics. The figure shows a schematic cross-sectional view of a thyristor structure, which is a 4-layer PN-PN device with 3 PN junctions in series J1, J2, J3. The contact electrode to the outer P layer is called the anode, and that to the outer N layer is called the cathode. This structure without any additional electrode is a two-dimensional device and is called the PN-PN diode if an additional electrode called the gate electrode is connected to the inner P layer P2. The resulting three-terminal device is commonly called the semiconductor controlled rectifier, that is the SCR or the thyristor. A typical doping profile of a thyristor is shown in the figure below. A diffusion step is used to form the P1 and P2 layers simultaneously. Finally, an N-type layer is alloyed or diffused into the one side of the wafer to form N2 layer. Figure below over here shows the energy band diagram of a thyristor in thermal equilibrium. Note that each junction there is a depletion region with a built-in potential that is determined by the impurity doping profile. The basic current voltage characteristics of a PN-PN diode is given over here in this diagram. It exhibits 5 distinct regions. So, region number 1. This device is in the forward blocking or off state and has very high impedance. Forward breakover or switching occurs where dV by Di is equal to 0, and at point 1 we define a forward breakover voltage VBF and a switching current IS. The point number 2. The device is in negative resistance region, that is the current increases as the voltage decreases sharply. Point number 3. The device is in forward conducting or on state and has low impedance. At point 2 where dV by Di is equal to 0, we define the holding current IH and holding voltage VH. The device is in reverse blocking state, and point number 4, the device is in reverse breakdown region, that is in the point number 5. Thus a PN-PN diode operated in the forward region is a bistable device that can switch from high impedance low current off state to low impedance high current on state or vice versa. To understand the forward blocking characteristics, we consider the device as two bipolar transistors, a PNP transistor and NPN transistor, connected in a special way as we have shown over here in this figure. They are connected with base of one transistor attached to the collector of the other and vice versa. The relationship between the emitter, collector and base currents and the DC common base current gain are written as the base current of PNP transistor 1 with current gain alpha 1 is IB1 is equal to IE1 minus IC1. This can be written as 1 minus alpha 1 in brackets with multiplied by IE1 minus I1. This is equal to 1 minus alpha 1 I minus I1. Where I1 is the leakage current ICBO for the transistor 1, the base current is supplied by the collector of the NPN transistor, transistor 2 with current gain alpha 2. The collector current of the NPN transistor is IC2 is equal to alpha 2 IE2 plus I2. This is equal to alpha 2 I plus I2, where I2 is the leakage current ICBO for transistor 2. By equating IB1 and IC2, we obtain I is equal to I1 plus I2 divided by 1 minus in brackets alpha 1 plus alpha 2. So we now take an example. We consider a thyristor in which the leakage currents I1 and I2 are 0.4 and 0.6 respectively. Explain the forward blocking characteristics when alpha 1 plus alpha 2 is 0.01 and 0.9999. So we now discuss the solution. The current gains are functions of the current I and generally increase with increasing current. At low currents, both alpha 1 and alpha 2 are much less than 1, and we have I is equal to 0.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 plus 0.6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 1 minus 0.01. This is equal to 1.01 milliamperes. In this case, the current flowing through the device is the sum of the leakage currents I1 and I2, which is nearly equal to 1 milliamperes. As the applied voltage increases, the current I also increases, as do alpha 1 and alpha 2. This in turn causes I to increase further, a regenerative behavior when alpha 1 plus alpha 2 is equal to 0.9999. So I is equal to 0.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 plus 0.6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 1 minus 0.999. This is equal to 10 amperes. The value is 10,000 times larger than I1 plus I2. Therefore, as alpha 1 plus alpha 2 approaches 1, the current I increases without limit, that is, the device is at forward breakover. The variations of the depletion layer width of PNP and diode biased in different regions are shown over here. At thermal equilibrium, in the first diagram, there is no current flow, and the depletion layer widths are determined by the impurity doping profiles. In forward blocking state, in the second diagram, junctions J1 and J3 are forward biased and J2 is reverse biased. Most of the voltage drop occurs across the central junction J2. In the forward conducting state, in the third diagram, C, all three junctions are forward biased. The two transistors P1, N1, P2 and N1, P2, N2 are in saturation mode of operation. Therefore, the voltage drop across the device is very low, given by V1 minus V2 plus V3, which is approximately equal to the voltage drop across one forward biased PN junction. In the reverse blocking state, in the last diagram over here, D, the junction J2 is forward biased, but both J1 and J3 are reverse biased. For the doping profile, we have shown in this figure, the reverse breakdown voltage will be mainly determined by J1 because the lower impurity concentration in N1 region. Now we have in this figure over here a device configuration of a transistor that is fabricated by planar process with a gate electrode connected to P2 region. A cross section of the thyristor along the dashed line is shown over here. The current voltage characteristics of the thyristor is similar to that of a PNP diode, except that the gate current IG causes an increase of alpha 1 plus alpha 2 and results in breakover at a lower voltage. The figure shows over here, this shows the figure over here. This is going to show us effect of gate current on current voltage characteristics of a thyristor. As the gate current increases, the forward breakover voltage decreases. A simple application of a thyristor is shown over here in this figure, where a variable power is delivered to the load from a constant line source. The load RL may be a light bulb or a heater such as a furnace. The amount of power delivered to the load during each cycle depends on the timing of a gate current pulses to the transistor. If the current pulses are delivered to the gate near the beginning of each cycle, more power will be delivered to the load. However, if the current pulses are delayed, the thyristor will not turn on until later in the cycle, and the amount of power delivered to the load will be substantially reduced. So here we have discussed about various types of We will now discuss what is a bidirectional thyristor. A bidirectional thyristor is a switching device that has an on or off state for positive and negative anode voltages and is therefore useful as AC applications. The bidirectional PNP diode switch is called a diode AC switch. It behaves like two conventional PNP diodes with anode of the first diode connected to the cathode of the second and vice versa. The figure illustrates such a structure when M1 stands for main terminal 1 and M2 stands for the main terminal 2. We will integrate the arrangement into a single two-terminal device. We have a diac as we have shown over here in B figure. The symmetry of this structure will result in identical performance for either polarity or of the applied voltage. When a positive voltage is applied to M1 with respect to M2, junctions J4 is reverse biased so that N2 region does not contribute to the functioning of the device. Therefore, the P1, N1, P2, N2 layers constitute a PNP diode that produces the forward portion of the IV characteristics. If a positive voltage is applied to M2, a current will conduct in opposite direction and J3 will be reverse biased. Therefore, P1 dash, N1 dash, P2 dash, N2 dash layers will form from the reverse PNP diode produce the reverse portion of the IV characteristics in this figure which we have shown over here. A bidirectional three-terminal thyristor is called a triac or triode AC switch. A triac can switch from current in either direction by applying a low voltage, low current pulse of either polarity between the gate and one of the two main terminals M1 and M2 as we have shown over here in this figure. The operational principles and the IV characteristics of a triac are similar to those of a diac. By adjusting the gate voltage, the breakover voltage can be varied in either polarity. So this is all we have for today. Thank you.